The very oldest language on the face of this earth. Chico the Cabia Mapuni, Chineke, and son of the winner, we shall and in a cousin house of Yanina Jama, we had and Yana gave Faros, Obanana, all beyond the then saw no one Because you will make a Biafra with your source and we're not going to but you know what? They will like you to believe that someone Ekpa is the cause of it. No. I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking me out, which is not possible. I have come. Look with you. After I am done with Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. Biafra will know the importance of freedom and what I'm in 5 years to come. Thank you. You keep on supporting evil in the zoo, the more your land will be taken from you. The more your daughters will be raped and abducted, the more your sons will be slaughtered in cold blood. And under one Nigeria, there is nothing you can do about it. Absolutely nothing. Because one idiot that they groomed will rise up and say to you, oh no, it's one Nigeria, there is crime everywhere. Haven't you heard about Zamfara? Haven't you heard about Katsina? There is crime everywhere. That is not the case. The crimes you have in the north, the insecurity you have in the north is as a direct consequence of their own actions. They grouped them. Al-Qaeda in the Maghreb, ISIS in West Africa, Boko Haram, Fulani headsmen, bandits, all of them. Who brought them to Nigeria? It's Fulani. Fulani brought them into Nigeria. Everybody brought them in. Why should the government brought them in? Are you people deaf and dumb and stupid? When you come out and you pretend, oh, we are one Nigeria, go and show somebody was asking, where is the boundary, where would the boundary of Biafra begin? And I asked the fool, where did the boundary of Nigeria begin? The people from Niger come in and go as they like. Most of these idiots are from Niger. They are building a pipeline to Niger. They are building a railway line to Niger. They are building roads to Niger. Whereas where the money comes from, which is Biafra land, we don't have those infrastructure. No, we don't. But you're taking our money. You come to Zombi, you come to Nnamdi, you come to Ekpa, you come to Agulere, you come to Ekpa, you take our resources, sell it, get the money, and now you're building a way to Niger, and you want me to be happy with you. Clap for your Nigeria. One Nigeria. I think you maybe not. You are insane. You come to my land, you take our oil, you take our gas, you take our manpower, you take everything, our VAT, our tax and pay. You are now building a road from Katsina to Niger. Airport to Niger. Refinery to Niger. You take oil from my land, you take it to Niger, you refine it, you bring it back to me as a refined petroleum. And you're telling me that country is viable. You're telling me that Nigeria should be supported. You are in one Nigeria. You are not going anywhere and you're dying every day. Because those that they appointed to speak for you, they gave them money so that they will come out, pages of the newspaper to give the world giving the impression that everything is okay. When things are go and see the contradictions in it. Nigeria is not working. We are marginalized. And then you come back to say Nigeria is why we must stay in it together. Are you not foolish? These are the useless intellectuals that you have. On one hand, say Nigeria is not working. You are marginalized. You are being discriminated against. You are suffering. They are killing you everywhere. And you come back to the same place and say Nigeria must be one. Had Nigerians gotten together to say they want to be part of this useless contraption, that's entirely their business. I mean, Democrats have subscribed to it. But have you asked yourself this question? Why is it that all those asking you to remain in one Nigeria has something to gain from Nigeria, or they have benefited in the past? Nothing more, nothing less. I saw the letter that Ekpa wrote to President Biden. In it, Ekpa said, come and help us fight terrorism in order to ensure that there will be no regional destabilization. That is their game plan at the U.S. State Department for very many years until we stepped in. They keep trotting out these lies. Once Nigeria breaks up, there will be destabilization in the entire region. I said that because you don't understand African history. Most of these people are not. When I say they say I'm insulting them. No, I'm not insulting you. Most of them are not. In Africa, we are tribal creatures in Africa. In Africa, we are tribal creatures in Africa. We always go back to our village where our umbilical cord, our long, where it was buried. That's where we come from. That is why every Christmas, Easter, New Year festival, or August meeting, you see us migrating back to where we come from. And I keep saying these things to Africans, they don't understand it. They don't understand it. Everywhere in Africa during Christmas, if you like, be in South Africa, if you like, let it be in Kenya, you let it be in Rwanda, everybody from the capital goes to the village. If you go to Accra, the same thing happens. This past Christmas, if you like, go to Cotonou. Pray the prayer of David from the book of Psalm, chapter 7. And I will pray in English because a lot of people are listening all over the world. I mean, a lot. Millions are listening all over the world. And I want them to follow our proceedings this very evening. Very, very critical, very, very important that we do so. O Lord, my God, the creator of the heavens and the earth, we take refuge in you. Save and deliver us from all that pursue us. Because if you look away from us, they will tear us apart like a lion and rip us to pieces with no one to rescue us. Because the world is against Biafra for no reason. We are hated, we are despised for no discernible reason. Only thee, O Lord God Almighty in heaven, is our Savior, not man. You must come to our rescue. Because you are our Lord and you are our God. If we have done this, if I have done anything, if there is guilt on my hands if I have repaid anybody, be it friend or an adversary, with evil or without cause, have done wrong to any man or woman, then let the Fulani Janjaweed pursue and overtake me. Let them trample down my life to the ground and make me sleep in the dust. Arise, O Elohim, Adonai El Shaddai, in your anger, rise up against the rage of the Fulani Janjaweed Caliphate and the Zoological Republic. You will rise and you will fight for your children. You will awake, O Heavenly Father, Lord God Almighty, the creator of the heavens and the earth, the owner of the universe, for you must decree justice. Let your children and all men and of goodwill gather around you while you sit on top of your throne in the highest of the heavens, the habitation that only thee can ever occupy. Only you, O Heavenly Father, will judge the people. You will vindicate me, O Lord. You will vindicate IPOB. You will vindicate your children of Biafra according to our righteousness, according to our integrity. O Most High, bring an end to the violence of the wicked. Bring an end to Fulani Janjaweed violence in our land. Bring an end to their abductions. Bring an end to their kidnappings. Bring an end to their extrajudicial slaughter of the innocent. Bring an end to their forced conversion of Christians into Islam. Bring to an end their mediocrity. Bring to an end their senseless feudal rule. Bring to an end their evil and their deception. Come and secure the righteous, because only you, O God Almighty in heaven, can see in the dark. Only you know the hearts of men. You are our shield. We have nobody. Between 67 and 1970, the whole world ganged up and fought against your children. We did not steal anything from anybody. We did not go after anybody's possession nor inheritance. We were on our own in the land that you gave to our ancestors. They conspired, they connived, they colluded to kill us. Over 5 million people. We are dead at the end of it. You are our shield. We do not trust in any man or in any state. We trust only in thee, because you are God and you always save the upright at heart. Anybody whose heart is clean, O Heavenly Father, to those you do not abandon to their enemies. That is why you cannot abandon IPOB. That is why Biafra can never be abandoned. Because your words are yea and amen. You are God, you're not human. Facebook may have been bought over by Nigeria, and we pray that Twitter will not succumb to their threats and their violence. You are God and you are an upright and a just judge. But you are also a God that displays his wrath every blessed day. If Fulani Janjaweed do not relent in what they are doing, if the Fulani Caliphate continues to pursue this scorched earth policy of abductions and murder and mayhem, then you, O Lord God in heaven, you will sharpen your sword You will bend and string your bow. You will prepare your deadly weapons. You will make ready your flaming arrows. Whoever is pregnant with evil conceives trouble and gives birth to disillusionment. That is what is happening in the zoo called Nigeria. Nigeria is pregnant with evil because it conceived trouble and it has now given birth to disillusionment. All the holes that the Fulani Janjaweed are digging for us into that pit, they are falling into one after the other. The trouble that they have caused will always rebound on them. Their violence will come down on their own heads. O Heavenly Father, for we shall give thee thanks always, all the days of our lives, because only thee is righteous. We shall sing songs of praise unto your holy name, O Most High. For as long as there is a child on this earth of Biafran descent and heritage, O Heavenly Father, we shall worship your name and your name alone, now and forevermore, we pray. He said, that was our prayer this evening.
Britain and Biafra, the case for genocide examined. This is the irrefutable fact and the figures pointing to the fact that Britain is complicit in genocide. If you're wondering why Biafra is not listed as a genocide case, it's because of this very article, as outlined by The Spectator, a British publication on the 26th of December 1968. That is why you can write the list of genocide all over the world. There will be no Biafra. Do you know who excluded Biafra from the list? Britain, because of the role they played. We have this very article here. It is from the Spectator archive. How Britain committed genocide. How Britain you're looking at is actually as bad as Hitler. Nazi party. We have all the proof here. The only reason why the Nazis were held to account was because the Jews were living in Europe. Biafrans are in the darkest West Africa. Nobody gives a damn about them. It is also in the Bible that they will kill you, you will cry, but nobody will come to your rescue. I am reading from Auburn Wall's report on the 26th of December 1968, published in the Spectator newspaper of United Kingdom in Great Britain. That very publication outlined the case of genocide against the British Christianity. You must listen very, very carefully. For as long as any Christian, liberal, or humanitarian tradition survives, the year 1968 will be remembered of implementing one aspect of its peacetime foreign policy. That peacetime foreign policy is one Nigeria, because the British, they are white people. They created Nigeria because a white man created Nigeria who is a black man to try and break it. The world cleverly forgot that there was no Nigeria before the white man came. There was no Nigeria before the British came. Nigeria was created by a white man, not by African people. Your ancestors did not create one Nigeria. Your forefathers did not create one Nigeria. It was a white man, Betule, that came and created one Nigeria. The British government at the time, under Harold Wilson's Labour Party, wanted to maintain this white supremacist approach. We are white people. How dare you black monkeys from Africa try to break something that we created? As I told you before, as I read yesterday from the scriptures, as Britain was committing genocide in Biafra land, British people did not know about it. Till tomorrow morning, ordinary British people don't know what their government did, because there was a blanket coverage all the way throughout. No independent media. People like The Spectator or the likes of Frederick Forsyth, who we are reporting, nobody was paying attention to them, because BBC decided that we must die. BBC said Biafran people must be killed. How dare you try to stop what we created in Black Africa? Who are you to create Biafra? We are God. Very few people in England have any awareness of the fact that their own country, Britain, was committing atrocity, mass murder in Black Africa. Like most Germans after the war, they will be able to say that they did not know what was being done in their name. British people don't know that their government was killing millions upon millions of people in Biafra land. for the sake of the British, ordinary British, so they can be looked upon as God, that they are the creators of everything that they survey. Although photographs of the atrocities being perpetrated in Biafra have appeared in most newspapers, the general impression given by the captions and news coverage is that the children are starving to death as the result of famine brought about by the war. Lies did not begin today. Britain was going about covering their lies. But do you know that the reason why Biafra doesn't come up as a major genocide case is because Britain will be implicated in it? The same way that the world viewed Germans after the whole Nazi debacle is how the world would have viewed Britain. They don't want to be seen as mass killers, so they go about pretending. They go about suppressing the very fact that Biafrans were murdered in their millions. Who killed them? Britain and go on. Here is irrefutable fact. This very article was written by a white man saying that their country was committing genocide. Britain was committing genocide in Biafra land. Britain is complicit in the death of millions of people in Biafra land, and even their own people know it. BBC will say, oh no, it is people are starving because of famine. We don't suffer from famine in Biafra land. We have rainy season. There is no famine. We have never had any famine in Biafra land before in our history. Never. All of a sudden, there is famine. Not a single newspaper has seen it fit. Even the Spectator was angry. This very white man writing was so upset as to what was happening. Not a single newspaper in England has seen fit to point out that the children are dying as a direct and intended result of a siege which is supported by the British government. When I told you that Britain enforced air, land and sea blockade, it's called a siege, you won't believe me. But here it is being confirmed by white people. This is an article written by a white man in a British newspaper as far back as 1968, reminding the British people that you people are here pretending you don't know what is happening. Your government is killing people in Biafra. Biafran people are dying as a direct result of the blockade of Biafra land by the British. It's very clear for the world to see. Very, very clear for the world to see. And they will pay the compensation for this. We are presenting to you this very evening the irrefutable fact and figures that we did not fight Hausa Fulani, they are nobody. We fought the British. The British enforced a very criminal air, land and sea blockade to stop us from getting food and arms during the war. But Britain was writing to Russia, asking Russia to provide arms to go on. Without the British, we will take over Hausa land in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, we take it over. It's the British supporting them. And the evidence is here for the whole world to see. Everybody must have a copy of this. Very, very critical and important, so that when you look at Britain, you know that Britain are killers. When you look at the British government, you know that they are murderers. The same way you view Adolf Hitler is how you should view a British government, because they are also killers.
In 1776, the United States separated from the United Kingdom by declaration. Today, they are the world power. In 1830, Belgium separated from Netherlands. Today, they are one of the most powerful countries in Europe, both of the countries. In 1965, Singapore separated from Malaysia. Today, they have transformed into global financial hub as a result of the separation. Why is it that when we call for separation, Nigeria and their criminals will be calling us terrorists? Don't fall for it. The past separation has led to the upsurge of economic development. In the case of India and Pakistan, Norway, Denmark, Switzerland, each of these separation has led to the upsurge of economic and development. In 2002, East Timor separated from Indonesia. In 1921, Ireland separated from the United Kingdom. Today, they are one of the powerful countries we have. In 1944, Iceland separated from Denmark, demonstrating that nations can part away without violence. Why do you kill Biafrans? Whenever we say we are fed up of Nigeria. In Nigeria, where you have dangerous diversity, in Nigeria, where you have the northern part of Nigeria practicing Islamic State, practicing Islamic Sharia law, and they have different culture, different laws, different rules, different everything. And with that kind of mentality and setup, we can never develop as a nation. That is the reason we call for the separate state, and of course for independent state for Biafra. Apart from the killings, genocide against our people, and jihad. In 1905, Norway and Sweden separated and goes their separate ways. Today, they are one of the most powerful countries in Europe because of the separation. In 1947, India and Pakistan separated. The list can go on. If you do not believe in what we are doing, then you better get out. We're not going to stop. God knows we can never stop until Biafra is restored. We are peace-loving people. We abhor death and killing of another soul. It's in our nature, that's how we are. But because of that, they have been coming and killing us all these years. We've kept quiet. They've been killing and killing and killing quiet. We have a case at the ICC. We have a case at Africa Union. We have a case of what else again? Pending before the UN in New York. We've been to Geneva to tender our case. Before UN, till today, nothing. In fact, the more we complain to them, the more they come to abduct and rape our children, the more they come to kill us, the more they want to take over our land and our forests. And who told them that's going to be possible in our time? In a time, in a movement that I lead, you think you can come into our land and take it over? Oh dear. That means you don't know who we are. Will always say, oh, why don't you win election? Why don't you bring somebody who is going to win election for you? Why don't you go to national conference? Why don't you do this? Listen to what Nnamdi Kanu answered.
Push for that in a place like the national conference that is going on now to get that kind of autonomy first, rather than now pushing for independence without whether Nigeria wants it or not.
The fact of the matter is that the structures doesn't exist. The institutions that will allow the emergence of a democratic Biafra within a peaceful setting does not currently exist in that very place you call Nigeria. Mind you, that is the name of a river. Up north, you call them Niger, which is French. If you come down a little bit, it is called Niger, which is English. And the people that live around it are called Nigerians. The only place, or part of the only place in Black Africa where you name a people after a river. I have never seen any civilized country in the world where people are named after a river. It's never happened before. The people own the river, not the other way around. By tacitly accepting the word and the tag Nigeria, what it means is that you never had any history until Frederick Lugard came, which is a fallacy, it's an abomination, and nobody should be saying that. Coming back to what you said, there is no way we can run for office as a political party. We tried it with ABGA and it did not work. These issues were trashed out very well. Is that the people that control the levers of power within Nigeria are not politically sophisticated enough to appreciate the finer point of political discourse. In other words, that disputes resolution can best be conducted within a political setting where people are civilized. And I'm afraid to say that what I see in the zoo they call Nigeria, people are not civilized.
Now, we're out of time, but let me ask you, last week, I believe, the Biafran Zionist movement claimed a responsibility for the attack at the Enugu State Government House. Are you familiar with that group, and what was the mission of that attack?
I am familiar with a lot of groups. That name rings a bell. Anybody that can do anything to disrupt the present orthodoxy of governance by a group of very corrupt cabals is welcome. In that regard, I welcome what they did at Enugu, and I hope that people can come out and join us when the time comes to overthrow the very corrupt, inept old men and women in charge of that very place, because Biafra must exist. It's our right to make sure it happens.
All right.
While Nnamdi Kanu is not condemning any group, while Nnamdi Kanu is not condemning any group whatsoever, just like I am supporting any group at all, so long as you are fighting against Nigeria. While Nnamdi Kanu is not supporting, is not condemning any group, the people that claim follow him today, they say Simon Ekpa is a terrorist. Simon Ekpa is this. Simon Ekpa is that. After 10 good months of fighting Simon Ekpa, they didn't achieve anything. After 10 months of fighting Simon Ekpa, they didn't achieve anything. Yet,
they are now changing tone. Simon Ekpa is a terrorist. Simon Ekpa is the leader of unknown government. Chai! This OG. And they are looking for freedom. You see, the more you blackmail me, the more you are blackmailing yourself. You think you are blackmailing me. You are blackmailing yourself. You don't know that? When the BBC came and do their nonsense disinformation, is it only Simon Ekpa that they showed his picture? Is it only Simon Ekpa? You all were there. All of you were there. You could not even defend yourself. The same Simon Ekpa you are calling all manner of names defended you there. And let me tell you, even when they mentioned Simon Ekpa, the issue they mentioned Simon Ekpa, there was not even, I can defend anything I say. All of you could not defend yourself, yet, you blackmail me. You think that when you blackmail me, when they want to call name, they call only Ekpa? All of you, your picture were there. Did you see my picture in the write-up? No. My picture was my video was hidden in the video. But all of you, your picture was there. Every day you look for Simon Ekpa, you post. Simon Ekpa is one porter. Simon Ekpa is a perima. Simon Ekpa is this. When the thing begin to happen, you think it doesn't, they will call you. And when the issue started, you could not defend yourself. You couldn't defend yourself. BBC did not say it was Simon Ekpa. BBC put your picture, all of you, as you were blackmailing Simon Ekpa, they did not say it was, they put all of your picture. So this one, they say, we are going to kill this one, we are going to kill that one. All of your picture was there. Your video was there. Yet, you will wake up every day to blackmail Simon Ekpa. And every day, if you don't, of course, some of you can never learn. Hatred and jealousy of Simon Ekpa have beclouded the brain that you don't even have at all. I do not know when they are going to learn. They think when they promote Simon Ekpa by calling Simon Ekpa criminal, BBC will come and say Simon Ekpa. All of you, the more you are calling me a terrorist, the way you are calling me a terrorist is the same thing you are calling yourself. You think when you be a terrorist is oh Jesus Christ. This BBC disinformation should have teach all of you a lesson. You think when you come to social media because you hate me, because you are jealous of me, because you don't like me, you think when you call me criminal, you are going to pay for everything you say. You are going to pay. You carry my name and blackmail. Simon Ekpa is the leader of a non-government. Simon Ekpa is this one. Simon Ekpa is that one. You see the way BBC is dealing with you people? If anything is going to happen anywhere, you are going to also be dragged into it. And you can't even defend yourself. It's body boss. It's in pataka everywhere. Get yourself educated, you say no. Go to school, you say no. Simon Ekpa every day. Simon Ekpa every morning. All right.
The very oldest language on the face of this very earth.
Yes, I can say that from what I have just listened from you, it is just not ordinary.
Very wonderful. When my lawyers came to see me, I had a discussion with them about how I'm going to defend myself. I told them that
Welcome. Thank you for joining us on this morning program. I appreciate everyone that has connected to this morning program, wherever you are connecting from. I thank you for being part of this program. Please, as you join us on this program, kindly like and share the program if the program resonates with you. If the program resonates with you, like and share to other platforms, share to family and friends, share to your neighbors. It is not mandatory. If the program resonates with you, like and share. In this platform, we do not come here to instigate violence. We don't come here to preach hate. We don't come here to attack people or individuals. We don't come here to promote any group or society or whatever. The only thing we stand for on this platform is Biafra restoration. In this platform, we try as much as we can to present Biafra as the only remedy to the failed state Nigeria. That is what we do in this platform. If you like it, it's up to you. You don't like it, it's equally up to you. You have the right to make your decision. This platform is for a place for people to air their opinion. You are entitled to your opinion, I'm entitled to mine. But here, what we do is to project and present Biafra as the only remedy to the failed state Nigeria, to show the world what Biafra looks like and what it is made up of. This is not a platform for blackmail, propaganda, or saga. No. We focus on the real information that the world needs to hear, because the world is watching us. If you somehow think it's the Biafrans that are watching, you are mistaken. The world is watching. And at a time when every one of us is clamoring for recognition, it's easier said than done. You want to be recognized. What are you presenting? What do you want the world to recognize as a person? What do you want the world to recognize as a Biafran? What is that thing that the people will see in you and say, let's recognize these people? Have you looked back and checked your attitude online and offline? Can somebody look at you and say, because of this person, I think Biafra is a good idea? Or will people look at you and say, if Biafra is this kind of a human being, I will never be part of it? What picture are you presenting the world as you propagate the gospel of Biafra? This is a question that every one of us should answer sincerely within yourself. I have said it time and time again. Whenever you come to listen to my message, there is no point to get angry, to bite yourself or attack yourself. Anything that I say, if it concerns you, go back and do a homework on yourself. If it doesn't concern you, there is no need to be angry. I have made it clear. I stand for the Biafra and nothing else. I am standing for the full restoration of Biafra under our supreme leader, Nnamdi Kanu, and the foundation he gave to our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa. And I will continue to preach to the best of my knowledge, to respond to questions where necessary, and say exactly what it looks like without painting any fake pictures. Everything I say in this platform is based on reality. I'm not here to make you happy or to make you sit back and watch me or to make you hang on. No. I'm here to speak about reality. No matter how bitter it is, there are certain things I say in this platform. I wish I don't have to say it, but those are the reality on the ground. And it is important that the Biafrans must know the reality for you to make your choice on where you belong. We have come again today, and I welcome everyone that have been able to make it to this very platform today. I thank you so much for joining. I can see my brother Maxwell there. I can see my brother Romax there. I can see my beloved sister Macy Akere, my adorable sister. You're always here. Thank you so much. I can see Uchenna Victor. You are there. Thank you for joining, Uchenna Victor. I can see my brother Uche Onyembe. Thank you so much for joining, my beloved brother. You're always here joining to spread this gospel, and we must continue no matter how difficult it is. No matter how difficult it is, no matter the obstacles, no matter the hindrances, no matter the attack that is coming from right, left, and center, no matter how they try to shadow ban us and make sure that we are not heard, I have made the promise that as long as I have a channel where I will come to speak about the issue of Biafra, tell the world what is going on in Biafra land, and encourage Biafrans as much as I can, I will continue to do that every blessed day. It is a path that I have chosen. You have the right to choose your own path. Every one of us must not be on this land. That is why sometimes when I see people who are not speaking about the issue of Biafra, I don't attack them. Neither do I go against it. Neither do I hate them. No. We all cannot be on the same path. Everybody have the right to choose the direction that they will be and what they want to do. It is your right. The most important thing is that we must focus on the collective interest. We must always embrace the unity of purpose. This has been what I've been preaching from day one, unity of purpose. But some people, they are so angry. Once they hear you mention unity in your mouth, they become so angry. And I begin to wonder, what are this set of people looking for? Are you really searching for Biafra, or there is something else that you are looking for? But as some see a reason, you'll be asking for freedom, and yet you derive so much joy in this unity. You get angry when unity is mentioned. You don't even want to hear. You don't even want to make a step. It is sad. But that is where we have found ourselves. But I urge you, Biafrans, wherever you are, as long as you are genuine in your heart, you know yourself better than I do. The only thing a man cannot do is to tell himself a lie. You know yourself, you know what you want. I know that some of us are completely confused. Some are acting out of ignorance. Some have been misinformed. But at this age and time where the social media and the internet is available, it is difficult to believe that someone will come and claim that he or she is deceived. Except for those who do not have access to the internet to make inquiries and investigation for themselves. Every genuine person that has a clear heart and clear mind will always see the truth, because the truth is not hidden. Once again, I welcome everyone. And today, as we always do, we have a topic to discuss today. Wherever you are joining me from, if you are watching on TikTok, or you are watching me on Facebook, or you're watching me on YouTube, wherever you are joining this program from, I welcome you and I appreciate you. Thank you for being part of this program. Like and share the program if it resonates with you. The topic we are discussing today says Biafra self-preservation, nation building, and the reality of freedom struggle, shaking the system. Biafra self-preservation, nation building, and the reality of freedom struggle, shaking the system. This topic is what we are going to discuss today, and we are going to try to make it as broader as we can. Biafra self-preservation, nation building, and the reality of freedom struggle. Wherever you are watching this program from, I want you, as you join us, to please keep your sentiment aside. As I always say, when you are watching my program, you must watch as a person, as an individual. Watch as a person. Remove all the attachment you put in your heart and mind. Detach yourself from every group and society you belong, and come as a genuine, single, neutral person. Only then and then you can be able to understand my message and make good use of it. Because at this point in time, it is no longer a time to begin to have unnecessary attachments to your mind. It is no longer a time to get yourself on unnecessary quarrels, bickering here and there. It is a time for us to focus on the purpose for which we gather everywhere that we gather, regardless the group, regardless the name, regardless the title. There is a purpose for which every section, when you go online, you see different platforms, title, Biafra. There is a purpose why you see those platforms. So whenever you join me on this very program, I would like you to detach yourself from wherever you connect yourself to those envy, jealousy, anger, bickering, superiority that you attach to yourself. Keep them aside and let us face the reality of the day. Because in everything we are saying, there are real people in this struggle. There are real people facing challenges. There are real people in the front line. There are real people speaking. And there are reality in every single moment. It is not a game. The issue of Biafra is not a joke. It's not a gamble. It's not for entertainment. It is a reality. And each time you speak on the issue of Biafra, please focus on the reality on the ground. So many times we know that propaganda is part of warfare, is part of the ingredients in the issue of the struggle. But there is limit and limitation to everything. There must be limits to every single thing we want to do. There must be limits. You must not overstretch it. Because when you overstretch it, you end up losing the purpose for which we gather. And you end up either engaging in saga or engaging or attacking or destroying the same Biafra that you are trying to promote. As I said before, every one of us wants Biafra to be recognized. But how are you presenting Biafra to the world for recognition? When you speak online and offline, your attitude and your behavior where you find yourself, how do you present Biafra to be recognized? What you are projecting, is this something that people will look at and say, yes, I think they deserve to be given that shot? Ask yourself questions each time you engage in debates and find out where you are followed. Once again, I say good morning, great Biafrans, lovers of freedom, defenders of truth and justice all over the world. Wherever you are watching from this morning, I welcome you and ask you to share the broadcast once again, because what we are about to discuss is not entertainment. It is about the future. It is about survival. It is about destiny of our people. Today, I want us to speak honestly as a people. Let us speak honestly as a people, wherever you are watching from. This is not time for emotional speeches without direction. Because this is what we have seen in most cases. Emotional speeches without direction. This is not that kind of message. This is not a time for empty noise. This is not a time for division among ourselves. This is the time for Biafra to face reality. It is the time for you and I. While we continue to speak emotionally, while we continue to shout and make noise on different angles, it is the time to face reality. The reality of who we are. The reality of what we are fighting for. The reality of how nations are formed. the reality of what it will take for Biafra to survive this generation. It is time we focus on reality. We have been able to display a lot of emotions, accepted, but it is time to face reality. My people, throughout history, no nation become free because people sat down and waited for freedom to be donated to them. No, it doesn't happen. No nation in history become free because people just sat down and waited for freedom to be donated to them. No nation become powerful because the world pitied them. Because when I look at what some of us are doing and saying, some of us think that you will get your freedom through pity. Through your pity party, you want people to pity you, you want people to just listen to you, look at you, and hand you over freedom. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. Every nation on earth that exists today was built through sacrifice, through pressure, through persistent unity and self-belief. Every nation on earth that exists today was built through sacrifice. You want a nation, Biafra? Are you ready to make the ultimate sacrifice for Biafra? Are you ready to make the sacrifice for Biafra? Every nation on earth is built through pressure. Pressure. Some of you don't, when we talk about pressure, you don't really know what it means to give pressure, to mount pressure on a country to change their mind. That is why some of you look down on Nnamdi activity. You look down on Mazi activity. Do you know what it takes to mount pressure, to make a government that has power, that has total control to change their mind? You don't know. That is why you talk down on sacrifice. That is why you talk down on pressure. Are you ready to mount that pressure? And how much of that pressure are you putting on? It is good to say, oh, I want to be recognized. Oh, we have gotten our country. Oh, we have now a country. We are this and we are that. No, but I tell you, it takes more than that. There is always a reality. That is why when I talk, go and check what reality is. The reality on the ground, on how to have a country, on how you can be able to free yourself from captivity. This is the area that some of us, we just want to be told something that will make us happy. We just want to feel relevant and people will clap for you and say, oh, you've done a lot. Even when you've done nothing. You just want people to feel that all is well, even when all is not well. Every nation on earth that exists today was built through sacrifice, through pressure. How do you put the pressure on a government that controls the entire power, the entire finance, the entire connections? How do you put pressure on them? How do you define pressure in this struggle? Nations are built through persistence. Persistent. When we talk about persistent, you should know. Persistent. Go and check it up yourself. What persistent is. What it is to be persistent. Consistency. Nations are built on unity. Unity. Very important. And that unity is unity of purpose. When I speak about unity, it does not mean that people will not disagree. It does not mean that everybody must be on the same group. It does not mean that everybody will have the same opinion. There will be diverse opinion, but each opinion is leading to one single purpose: self-determination, freedom. And there must be self-belief. There must be self-belief. You must believe in yourself, first of all, that it is possible. You must believe in yourself that it is possible to have your freedom. Believe that you can take your freedom by force. No matter what it will cost, believe that it is possible. Every nation on earth that exists today was built through sacrifice, pressure, persistence, unity, and self-belief. I want you on your own time, go back and think about these issues. How much sacrifice are you willing to make, and how much sacrifice have been made? How much pressure are you willing to give to the world and Nigerian government, and how much are you giving? How much pressure are we giving to them now? How much pressure? At least I can tell during the time our supreme leader was around, we knew what was happening. We knew the pressure. We knew what the pressure was, but suddenly it is sad that they took them away from us and everything fell apart. And today we are all on emotional speech. You want to be so emotional. You want to be pitied. You want to just go ahead and say something that is not existing. You have forgotten about the reality. The reality, you forget about it. Some out of fear. Out of fear, you are pretending. You are no longer willing to make the sacrifice. You are scared. Many people don't want to be arrested anymore. And when you see Biafrans speak, you hear it in their voice. They even confess it. Oh, do you want me to do this so this will happen to me? Oh, right. You want to save yourself. You are so scared. You have walked away from so many things simply because you are scared. And at the same time, you use your sweet mouth and tell people something that is not existing. When you study history carefully, you will understand something very important. Nations are not formed by wishful thinking. Nations are not formed by wishful thinking. Left for me, I want to close my eyes and wake up and see that Biafra have been declared, recognized, and everything is done. That is wishful thinking. I wish I could just go to bed. When I wake up in the morning, I will hear that finally Biafra have been recognized, and now we have a country called the United States of Biafra. That is my wish and desire. But nations are not formed by wishful thinking. But some of us think it is by wishful thinking. Some of us, they carry their wish and preach as a message, and people begin to run with that wish as if it is a reality. There is always a reality. There are real people. There are real activities happening. There are real things that need to happen before you can say, yes, we have a nation. Nations are formed when a people decide their survival. When a people decide that their survival, their identity, and future matters enough to them to stand together. You didn't hear that? Nations are formed when a people decide that their survival, like we the Biafran people, when we decide that our survival, our identity, and future matters enough for us to stand together. Until we realize that our survival, our identity, our future matters so much enough for us to stand together. That is when nation is formed. It is up to you. You can continue to wish anything you like. You can continue to make yourself happy with your wishful thinking. But is that a reality? It is not. And will never be. We are talking about reality. And that is the reality of the day. That until we accept that our survival, identity, and future matters enough for us to stand together, only then and then we will have a nation. That is the reality. It's left for you to believe it or leave it, but that is the reality. And you can't change it by your wishful thinking. The world respects serious people. The world listens to organized people. The world pay attention to people who understand their mission. This is why I have always said that we need discipline on the media. So many of our media platforms are not disciplined. Many presenters of the Biafran program are not disciplined. In fact, when you listen to them, you will never be convinced to support Biafra. Never, ever. And this is why Biafra must wake up. Now, more than ever before. We must wake up now, more than ever before. Because the danger around us, the danger around our land today are real. The danger around our land today are real. They are real danger. We are talking about reality. They are real danger. There are real people involved. Real life involved. Real events, even as we speak, going on. Terrorism is growing. Insecurity is growing. Fear is growing. Kidnapping is growing. Economic hardship is increasing. Political manipulation is increasing more than ever before. And if a people refuse to protect their identity and future, history can erase them slowly. History can erase us slowly if we do nothing. If we refuse to protect our identity, our future, our history, history can erase us slowly. You can see and agree with me that the enemies of Biafra are not relenting. You see their recent propaganda using Gowon to write a book filled with lies. And while we are busy dissecting the book, they came out and they are preparing a movie premiering that is going to happen in BBC on June 1st. It is not a coincidence. All these are planned against the Biafrans to make sure that our story dies down. If we refuse to protect our identity and future, history can erase us slowly. That is why self-preservation has become a necessity. Self-preservation has become a necessity. I want every Biafran listening to me this morning to understand this clearly. Self-preservation is not hatred. Self-preservation is survival. Every people on earth protect their identity, their culture, land, and future. Why should Biafrans be different? Why should Biafrans be different? Why are we not paying attention? Why should Biafrans apologize for demanding security, dignity, and protection for their people? The biggest mistake oppressed people make is waiting for others to fight their battle for them. As some of us are doing today. The biggest mistake oppressed people make is waiting for others to fight their battle for them. And that is what many are doing today. The only man who could not wait for anybody to fight their battle was Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa. They led a movement where Biafrans were fighting for their life by themselves, fighting for their future by themselves. Nnamdi Kanu established a structure which will enable us fight for our life, our future, our identity. And we were doing it effectively. When he was kidnapped, Simon Ekpa went into the same place and gave the same structure, foundation, and strength, and we continue to go until he was taken out. But today, some people are waiting for Biafra to be handed over to them in a la carte, without putting any effort, without any pressure. And when I speak about doing something on pressure, you don't need to come and preach to me and tell me what you have done. When something is done, we will see it. Every one of us will see it. When something is done, nobody will come and tell you and knock at your door. You will see it. When Nnamdi Kanu was working day in, day out, 24/7, the whole world was seeing what he was doing. Entire Biafrans, we are seeing what he was doing. Simon Ekpa likewise, everybody was seeing what they were doing. They don't need to preach, they don't come and tell you. For example, as we speak, Mike Arnold, the effect of Mike Arnold in this issue of Christian genocide is very, very loud. It is loud. He doesn't need to go and meet anybody or talk to anybody. No. The contribution he is making to save humanity in Nigeria today is speaking loud. The effort Mike Arnold is loud. You don't need to ask him what is he doing. Anybody that denies his effort, you are just deceiving yourself. You can see it because he is on the front line. Rejected bribe that was given to him, rejected the contract that was given to him, stood firm and continued to speak on the front line without missing word, providing solutions and calling the problem for what it is. Nobody will come across that and say he has not done something. He has done a lot. More than even expected. And that is what I'm talking about. Once you are putting pressure, doing something, people are going to know and recognize you. But you need to work. It needs hard work. Nobody is going to hand you over. Nobody is going to take freedom and hand you over. Nobody's going to pet you. If you like, cry. If they like, let them take all of your life. Nobody cares. The world does not operate based on pity or hearsay, facts and figure, the reality on the ground. And that is where pressure comes in. You must put pressure, extraordinary pressure. And that is why when you see some activists tell us we're not doing enough, some people get angry. Why do you have to be angry? When an activist tells you that you are not doing enough, add more pressure. What he means, you are not doing enough. Nobody say you are not doing one thing or that. You might be doing something, but it is not enough. But people, when you tell them you are not doing enough, you are not being hard, nobody is seeing what you are doing, they get angry. Why do you have to be angry? The only thing a sensible person has to do is that when you are told you are not doing enough, you are not visible enough, you try to change your strategies to be visible. Look for another means to increase the pressure. That is what a sensible person has to do, not to get angry. But what we see today is that when you tell people you are not doing enough, they get angry. The next thing they call you names, the next thing they abuse you, they go to comment section and they begin to vomit anything they like on that area. But does that change the reality? Does that change the reality? There is always a reality in all that we are saying. There's always a reality. There is always a reality. And people who are living in reality, if you are not living in reality, you are living in fake promises and illusion. When somebody living in reality talks to you, you will think that that person is talking too much. When somebody living in reality tells you exactly what the picture is, you wouldn't understand it. Sometimes you get angry. You can't control yourself because you are living in illusion. That is why Biafrans have to focus on the reality of the day. I have said it in many of my programs. Each day I say it. Even on what I'm saying, when I talk to you, if you receive a message from me or any platform, try to look into the reality. Is that the reality on the ground? The Biafran we are talking about today is in the old southeastern region of Nigeria. Even if you're not a Nigerian, you can put a call across, you can make investigation and verify what is the reality on the ground to give you a picture on how to channel your effort, on where to mount your pressure. But some of us don't want to hear that reality. When you're being told, you get upset. You get upset. They get angry and they get upset. Before you know it, they begin to challenge you and they begin to say things that they know nothing about. It is sad, but we must continue. No matter the disagreement, we must continue. But in everything you are doing, always know there are real people in the cause of Biafra. There are reality in the cause of. There are real things that need to be done for change to come. There are real things that need to be done for recognition to come. And when somebody tells you you are not doing enough, take it with good faith. Change your direction. It is not an insult. When somebody says you are not visible, you are not doing enough, the only thing a sensible person has to do is to change his strategy. Ask yourself, what can I do to become more visible? What can I do to become more effective? What can I do to increase the pressure? The biggest mistake oppressed people make is waiting for others to fight their battle for them. Nobody will market Biafra better than Biafra themselves. Nobody will market Biafra more than you and I ourselves. It is we that will market Biafra. That is why I shed tears when I see what my brothers and sisters are doing online. It is painful. When I see what some of us who are in this agitation are doing online, I shed tears. I don't blame them. Some of them call themselves content creators. If you're a content creator, no problem, but don't create a negative content against us, please. If you're a content creator, you can create a positive content and still earn what you want to earn. You can create a positive content and still yet be what you want to be. Nobody will market Biafra better than Biafrans themselves. That is why I tell people that nobody can tell the story of Biafra or how we feel better than us. I have said it several times. Nobody will tell our story better than us. That is where we are standing against the so-called premiere of a movie that is going to be done by the BBC, written by a Yoruba man. I am not attacking the Yorubas, neither am I attacking the race, but it is the Biafrans that are supposed to tell us, where are the Biafran intelligentsia? Where are they? Where are the Biafran intelligentials? Where are they? Why will you be there? And someone from another region, that tribe, is writing your history. And of course, you know what is going to come. The funniest thing that the person that is writing that history was not even born in Nigeria. The person that is directing the movie that are going to premiere in BBC was born in the United Kingdom. A Yoruba man born in the United Kingdom want to write Biafran story, and they premiere it in BBC. You know what that means? You don't understand. You don't understand. You don't understand. And we still have people who claim they are this and that. They control this and they control that. Yet, up to this moment in 21st century, 2026, another person from another tribe is writing a history for us. that will be premiered on BBC on the June 1st. And you think we are doing enough. And you sit there and you think we are doing enough. We are not doing enough. We are not, in fact, we have not started. We are not doing enough. The only people that are still have done something that we are still building on today is Nnamdi Kanu and Ekpa, who laid a foundation. They followed a pattern and made it pronounced and dragged the attention of the entire world. And the Biafrans themselves paid attention. Nobody will protect our future if we refuse to protect it ourselves. Nobody is going to protect our future. This is why every Biafran has a responsibility. Everyone, it doesn't matter the group you belong. It doesn't matter the title you give yourself. It doesn't matter the name you call yourself. It doesn't matter as long as you're from the old southeastern region. The present south is Lower Kogi, Lower Benue. Nobody will protect our future if we refuse to protect it ourselves. This is why every Biafran has a responsibility to become disciplined. We have a responsibility to become disciplined, a responsibility to become informed, a responsibility to become united, a responsibility to represent Biafra positively before the world. Ask yourself, how are you representing Biafra? In your little place of work, in your group where you belong, in your platform where you are broadcasting, how are you representing Biafra? When somebody talks about unity, you attack the person, you call them names, you question you blackmail them. How are you representing Biafra? How are you presenting Biafra before the whole world? You call your brother a terrorist. You call your sister a terrorist. You give your sister, your brother different kinds of names simply because you disagree on a certain point or a certain idea. Whether we like it or not, the world is watching us. Whether we like it or not, the world is watching us. The international community watches how we speak. You think it's only Biafra is watching our program, then you're delusional. Even if it is 3 people that are watching this program, I bet you non-Biafrans, informed people are watching us. The international community watches how we speak. They watch how we organize. They watch how we react under pressure. They watch whether we are serious or divided. And this is why we must stop giving our enemies opportunity to use division against us. We must stop giving our enemies opportunity to use division against us. My people, division has destroyed many liberation movements in history. Maybe you don't know. Division have destroyed many liberation movements in history. When ego becomes bigger than the mission, movement collapse. When jealousy becomes stronger than unity, movement fails. When propaganda becomes stronger than truth, confusion takes over. That is why every genuine Biafran must focus on the bigger picture. The bigger picture is the survival of our people. The bigger picture is the protection of our homeland. The bigger picture is the future generation that will come after us. We must stop thinking only about today. We must think about tomorrow. What kind of future are we leaving behind? What kind of homeland are we preserving? What kind of identity are we defending? These questions are very important and must be answered sincerely by every single one of us that is in this struggle. You can't run away from these questions. These are legitimate and genuine questions that must be answered sincerely for us to move ahead. Because if we fail to preserve ourselves now, future generations may ask why we remain silent while our homeland faces danger. My people, freedom movements succeed when ordinary people become committed to extraordinary discipline. You don't understand how discipline is important. Nnamdi Kanu was mentioning discipline in most of his book. I say we must be disciplined, we must be disciplined, we must be disciplined, and you don't know how serious it is. We must be committed to extraordinary discipline. Not everybody will carry a microphone. Not everybody will lead broadcast. Not everybody will stand at the front. But everybody has a role. Everybody has a role. Some people will educate. Some people will organize. Some people will defend truth online. Some people will support financially. Some people will document history. Some people will create awareness internationally. These are areas you can occupy. Anybody can be in one of these areas. Choose it and be there. Every contribution matters. It is division of labor. Some people will educate, some organize, some defend the truth online, some support financially, some document history, and some create awareness internationally. Where do you belong? Where do you belong? Are you one of those who is trying to be a hindrance? You pose as a pillar, doing this and that, and you do nothing. You want to be jack of all trade at the same time, you master of none. Wherever they are called, you want to be in charge. You want to be seen as a figurehead, and once somebody didn't mention your name, you get angry and you push some chihuahua against the person. What are you doing? Choose your path and focus on it. Every contribution matters. And let me say this very clearly. Pressure is important in every liberation struggle. Pressure is very important in every liberation struggle. More especially in the issue of the Biafran, pressure is very important. You can never underestimate pressure in our struggle. History has shown us that no oppressive system changes unless pressure is applied consistently. And that Nnamdi Kanu did. We saw the result before he was kidnapped. Simon did the same. We saw the result. Today, everybody's scared. No one that had the courage to put the pressure anymore. And they justify the sluggishness. You see people coming out to justify the fact that you should now relax the pressure. There's no need to mount pressure. You should sit back and wait for the world to recognize you. It doesn't happen that way. It will never happen. Nobody will serve you. Nobody will serve you freedom on a plate and say, take it. No. You need to continue to fight for it. Maintain and sustain the pressure and be ready to face the consequence. Pressure is applied consistently, but pressure must be strategic. At the same time, it must be strategic. Pressure must be organized. Pressure must communicate purpose to the world. As we are mounting the pressure, the purpose for which we are mounting that pressure must always be communicated to the world. Because perceptions matters in international politics. Perception matters a lot. That is why we must communicate the purpose for which we mount the pressure when we mount pressure. But as for pressure, we must maintain the pressure consistently. The world must see Biafra as a people demanding dignity, demanding justice, demanding security, and self-determination. Very important. We must always present ourselves to the world as people demanding dignity, justice, security, and self-determination. And I bet you these demands align with the value of the United States that they are pursuing today in Nigeria. And that is why we meet. That is where Mike Arnold comes in, using the same energy with the respect for humanity in the United States, merging it into the Christian genocide and calling the United States to take action, at the same time involving the issue of Biafra in it. Because the value of Christian value, Judeo-Christian value, and the value of the Biafrans is the same. And the Biafrans are almost 100% Christians. Almost. We have those who are Judaism, and we have the traditional religion, but they are few, they're not many. And even those of them who are Judaism and those who are in traditional religion, most of them were Christians at one point in time. The world must see discipline in our movement. The world must see intelligence in our movement. The world must see purpose in our movement. And this is why our conduct matters. Our conduct as Biafrans matters a lot. It matters. The people, we are no longer, my people of Biafra, we are no longer in the era where struggle is fought only with weapons. Today's struggle is fought with information. Struggle is fought today with information. They are fought with media battle. That is why when some of us come online and we waste the opportunity, some of us have a very big platform. Some of us Biafrans have a very large platform, but go and see what they are decimating their platform. As I'm speaking, many platforms are on. I'm still speaking at the same time. Go and see the information. Some of them are just busy on destroying themselves, thinking that they're just destroying someone else. Propaganda and blackmail, including blackmailing the face of the struggle. Go to many platforms. Some of them on daily basis, they have no other mission. With larger audience, but they abuse the opportunity they have. Today's struggle is fought with information. They are fought with media. They are fought with global awareness. They are fought with organization. They are fought with organization. They are fought with diplomacy. Struggle today are fought with economic influence. Struggle today are fought with documentation and consistency. So So struggle today is not fought only with weapons. Struggles are fought not only with weapons. Excuse me. Not only with weapons. So you that call yourself a Biafran, how are you fighting in the struggles? In this era, we are no longer in the era where struggle are fought with only weapon. No. In this era, in 21st century, struggle are no longer being fought. They are no longer being fought with weapons alone. You fight with information. How are you fighting with information? How are you using the media? How are you using the global awareness? How are you organizing your organizations? How effective is your organizations? How are you passing your information? How are you dealing with diplomacy, economic influence, documentation and consistency? How are you performing in these areas in 21st century? Because that is how struggle is being fought. This is why Biafrans across the world must showcase themselves positively. We must. It is a must. We must showcase ourselves positively at all times. Let the world see educated Biafrans. Let the world see educated Biafrans. That is why sometimes you see they address us as miscreant. They use that word miscreant because of the kind of people you see on the media, what comes out of their mouth and the way they address issues, including internal issues. Yesterday, I saw Mike Arnold begging some people not to discuss internal issues on the program, that he's not interested. You can imagine an outsider telling you that he's not interested on discussing internal issues of your organization, and yet you keep on pushing it. Even when he said it, they keep on pushing it. People keep on pushing it. An outsider told you, keep the internal discussions away from here. I don't want to get involved in it. And advise it is not good to put it in the public. And yet, some people felt that is the right path to go. We must be disciplined in our reportage. It doesn't matter whether you like it or not. The truth might be told. But whenever something is said, if it affects you, take correction. It is not to get angry and say, okay, you want to go and analyze the person. If you analyze and cause an abuse, it won't add anything. It won't add anything. Some of us that came into this struggle, it is not about popularity. It is not about anything. It's not about personality. It is about our freedom. And once you are here because you are seeking for freedom, and you know what it is, no matter what somebody says, it doesn't take anything away from you. Even if I am the only one in my platform speaking for myself and one or two people, I am satisfied, I'm okay. And nothing will make me to stop or redirect my speech. But if you feel you are man enough and you have a superior argument, all you need to do is engage me, either privately or publicly. I have said it time and time again, there is opportunity. If you feel you are man enough and you have superior argument, wherever you see me, engage me, online and offline. I will always be ready to respond to you. Let the world see educated Biafrans. Let the world see innovative Biafrans. Let the world see disciplined Biafrans. Let the world see united Biafrans. These are what they need to see for Biafra to be recognized. If you want Biafra to be recognized, you are sincerely asking for the recognition of Biafra. These are things you need to do. These are the things you need to do. Let the world see Biafrans as educated. Let them see educated Biafrans, see innovative Biafrans, see disciplined Biafrans, and see a united Biafra. And I bet you, the door will be wide open for you. Because a movement becomes stronger when its people project competence and seriousness. Once you project competence and seriousness, the movement cannot be challenged. It will be and stronger than anything you can imagine. And let nobody deceive you. Let nobody deceive you. Freedom is expensive. Freedom is expensive. It is not cheap. Don't allow anybody to deceive you. Freedom demands sacrifice. Freedom demands patience. Freedom demands resilience. Don't allow anybody to deceive you. There will be propaganda. Always expect propaganda. There will be propaganda. There will be intimidation. There will be betrayal. It must be there. There will be betrayal. There will be fear campaigns. Just like we see today. Fear campaigns. That today, some people in Biafran struggle are so scared. They are so scared to follow the process of pressure or to put pressure on the government. Some people are so scared. And people have bought into that fear today. Some of them preach it unknowingly. Some of them instill fear. Some of us, we instill fear in ourselves unknowingly by what we say in our programs. You instill fear in the Biafran people, but you don't know. But every generation faces moments where they must decide whether they will surrender or stand firm. That is the situation we are today. We face a moment where we have to decide whether to surrender or stand firm. Nnamdi Kanu was confronted with that situation and he chose to stand firm. Simon Ekpa was faced with that very situation and he decided to stand firm. What about you? That moment is facing us right now. A moment to decide. A moment to decide whether to stand firm or to surrender. Whether to surrender or to stand firm. That is the moment we are. This generation of Biafra must decide. We will become discouraged or we become more focused. Are we going to become discouraged? Will we accept discouragement? Or will we become more focused? Will we allow division to weaken us? Or will we become more united? We will remain silent. Are we to remain silent? Or will we present our case boldly before the world? These are questions that we need to answer individually. Because history remembers people who stood for something greater than themselves. The people wherever you're watching me from, my people, this struggle is not only about politics. It is about identity. It is about dignity. It is about survival. It is about right of a people to protect their existence. And that is why self-preservation is now more important than ever. Self-preservation is more important now than ever. A people who cannot preserve themselves become vulnerable. A people who cannot defend their identity become forgotten. A people who cannot organize become controlled by others. But a people who unite around purpose become impossible to ignore. If we unite ourselves around purpose, we will become impossible to ignore. This morning, I want to encourage every genuine Biafran listening to this program, wherever you are listening from. Do not lose hope. No matter what you see, do not lose hope. Do not lose focus. Do not lose discipline. Continue to educate yourself. Continue to organize peacefully. Continue to speak the truth. Continue to defend your identity responsibly. Continue to support one another, regardless the group where you belong, regardless the name or title you give yourself. We must continue to support one another, because the strength of every movement comes from commitment of ordinary people who refuse to give up. And wherever you are watching from, I want you to remember this. The struggle for dignity is never easy, but history has always favored people who remain determined. That is why every one of us must stand our ground. Remain consistent. That was one of the words of Nnamdi that he used often. Consistency. In fact, it became a song at a point in time. It became a memory verse. Consistency is the key. That is the word of Nnamdi. I chose it as a memory verse. Consistency is the key. Wherever you are watching this program from, before I end this broadcast, I want every listener to reflect deeply on these questions that I'm about to ask. Wherever you are listening from, either you are watching on TikTok, on Facebook, on YouTube, wherever you are watching, whether from Biafra land, from Nigeria, from Africa, Asia, Europe, America, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, wherever you are watching from, either you are watching from Iran, you are watching from Lebanon, you're watching us from any part of the Middle East, you're watching us from Ukraine. I want every listener to reflect deeply on this question. If not us, who? If not me and you, if not us, I myself that is sitting here presenting this program, and you that is on the comment section commenting, you that is sharing this program, you that is there watching and listening, if not us, who? If not now, when? If you think the time is not right for the self-determination of Biafrans to happen, the time is not right for us to fight consistently and give it all. If not now, when will that time come? The future will judge what we did in this generation. The future will judge. The future will judge what we did in this generation. Let us become a generation that stood firm. A generation that refused fear. A generation that protected its identity. A generation that preserved its people. A generation that believed in its future. Wherever you are watching, this is a very critical time. And wherever you are watching this program from, remember, 30th May is fast approaching. 30th May is fast approaching. We have some few days to go, 2 days to go. A day we remember our heroes. Remember, that day is a lockdown. 30th day is a total lockdown in Biafra land. And every Biafran is advised to observe it. I want to remind you once again that every 30th May, our enemies, they unleash mayhem on our people. And this 30th May is not going to be different. You see the programs they have had in this 30th May, using Gowon to distort history and pushing towards another distraction immediately after our remembrance. Every single thing Nigerian government is doing is intentional. And on that 30th May, they are going to unleash mayhem against our people. But just like our leaders have been doing, we try as much as possible to make sure that our people are safe. That is why every one of us must be very careful on 30th May. Stay indoors. If there's anything you have to use outside, go now and purchase it. This message is mainly for people in Biafra land. And if you're not in Biafra land, you are abroad. If you're not living in Biafra, you're abroad, reach out to your family. Reach out to your families. Tell them to get whatever they need before 30th. On 30th is a lockdown. The day we remember our heroes. The entire Biafra land will be shut down. The entire present southeast and south will be locked down. Lower Kogi and Lower Benue. We are going to remember our heroes. Don't allow the Janjaweed to use you as a propaganda. Don't allow Nigerian government to use you as a propaganda against Biafra. Remember, even if they use you as a propaganda, you can't stop Biafra. Even if they use you, you will never, ever, ever stop Biafra. It will not stop us from coming. Whether I live or I die, it will not stop Biafra. Likewise, you, whether you live or you die, it will not stop becoming a Biafra. But it is important that every one of us will be alive and raise that flag together. It is important. That is why you must be very careful. You must be very, very careful on the 30th. Don't give yourself for propaganda. Don't allow the Janjaweed to use you to blackmail Biafra. You know they have been doing it in all our seats at home. They conduct their false flag. The same people that will take your life will be the same people that will use you to blackmail us. But no, those blackmail doesn't hold water. No matter how they blackmail, we are moving forward undeterred, unstoppable. But the message is, you must stay safe. On that day is a total lockdown. It is not just a sit at home, it's a lockdown. Get what you need with your family. Stay home with your family. Pray for the lost souls in Biafra land. Pray for our Supreme Leader Nnamdi Kanu. Pray for our Prime Minister Ekpa. And pray for all the departed souls. Pray for our Liberation Army around the front line fighting till today. Our Liberation Army are still there. They have sent a voice note on the Heroes Day celebration. They have sent a voice note and a warning on sitting at home, reminding Biafrans of sitting at home. I couldn't be able to get the voice note. Maybe in my next program, I'm going to play the voice note for Biafrans to observe the sit at home, stay in their homes. Our Liberation Army, they are okay and fine where they are. And they are still watching and doing what they had to do. And they advise Biafrans to stay safe. Stay safe. It is a lockdown. Don't wait. Nobody is coming to enforce it. Don't think anybody is going to enforce it. You need to enforce it yourself. And if you refuse to do so, don't worry. Nigerian government will teach you how to do it. And at the end of the day, it's either you are alive telling the story or others will tell the story for you. If you give yourself for blackmail, we will use your name for program. As I'm doing this program, I will still bring it and share with people. We only say sorry, and that is it. Don't allow yourself to be used. If you are watching from any part of the world, reach out to your family, tell them to stay at home. Tell them it is a lockdown. We need to respect our heroes. They deserve it. So wherever you are watching this program, don't you ever forget it. And remember, we have a very important mission. Very, very important mission to secure our freedom. Remember to be consistent. This is a very terrible time. The enemies have been able to convict many people. So many people can no longer control themselves because of hardship. They decided to embrace the devil. And today, you will still see them online talking. Don't get disappointed. Don't even have their time. Don't go and attack them. Don't go and join them on their propaganda and blackmail and public disgrace. You don't need to be part of it. Ignore them. The only responsibility we have, whenever we see those lies, we come here and we debunk them. Whenever we see them push any lie against our Supreme Master Nnamdi or against our Prime Minister Master Samaniba, we will not be silent, of course, you know. That's the only place I get crazy. Whenever I see people speaking against our leaders, either Master Nnamdi or Master Samaniba, I don't take it lightly. When you come after them, that day you will become my problem, and I will come after you. And when I come after you with truth. I'm not coming after you to come and push propaganda or blackmail you. I come after you with the truth. And I make sure that the world sees the exact picture of what is happening. That is what I do. And I will continue to do that no matter what the enemies do, no matter what they say. You're welcome, my brother Christian. Thank you so much for joining, bro. Christian, you're there. I can see you.
Yes, brother Chus. I'm really sorry I came in so late. I think you are rounding up, right?
Yeah, well, it's okay. Go ahead, make your submission.
Yeah, so obviously I just came in, so I don't really know what you've talked about before I came in, but yeah, so except if there is anything you want to kind of brief me on, otherwise I would just say what I feel, what is on my mind regarding everything about the zoo, you know, so I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you can just go ahead. You can say whatever you want to say, because I think most of the program I do these days, as we are progressing to this Remembrance Day, is mainly on general things that are happening in the zoo, more especially on our self-preservation. Today I spoke on our self-preservation and the need for our people to be disciplined in our message, on how we deliver messages and all that. And the reality, focusing the reality of the world. Some of us, we tend to believe stories that are not obtainable. It is important that we begin to think about the reality. Whatever you hear, either from me or from anybody, always know that there are real people involved in this. There are realities on the ground for people to pay attention to, and generally on every other thing. Go ahead, my brother.
Yes, all right. Well, that's good. I hope my voice is also coming out loudly. I don't know, but anyway, yeah. So yeah, you can hear me loud, right? It's my voice coming out.
Yeah.
Okay. So just thank you for the effort you keep putting in, and like you were saying earlier, everybody will have to all gear up for a time like this, because I feel like more than ever before this year, 30th. We really have to put in the effort, giving all the effort and attempt of the enemies who are trying to subvert all the, everything that we stand for. You can see the leading up to this moment, how they begin to congregate, ranging from the Gowan issue to the book they are trying to publish and everything. So it's just a time to stand very strongly, very firmly, to make our voice heard, and for people to know who we are and what our story is all about. They will not be the one to write our story. We will not allow that to take place, So And so that is very important this year that we all, all hands has to be on this to make it a memorable one, and the world will hear what it's all about, even as they are trying to avert or to thwart everything. And quite frankly, I think that, like we discussed the other day too, that is a time that a lot of things are bubbling up, and they are all coming to a head. President Trump has just ordered the Secretary of War that he has to, gear up and do something. Whatever form it is, they have to do something. The continuous spying of Christians in Nigeria, and as they are rounding up, I think they are just rounding up in Iran, so that will also frozen and allow them a leeway to concentrate on more important areas, or should I say, more easily places where they can just, the footprint, the impact will be felt, and resort to renters. So this is the time to do it. Whichever form it is, something has to be done in that place, because everybody is going through hell. Everybody is feeling it. It doesn't matter which area of the region you are. Everybody is feeling it. There's so much fear. There's so much hunger. There's nothing working in the country. The man who is there, who is also, that is Tinubu, this criminal, old-time criminal drug trafficker. He's a very cunning, and he has a lot of people working within his circle. They are plotting how they can make sure that no matter what, this coming next year, that he's able to, hijack it again as he did 2023. And that is not good for anybody. Absolutely not good for anybody. And no matter the situation now, we are still in the place as it is now. So the insecurity affects everybody. It affects every part of Biafra land, right? So, and he's really not out there to do anything, but rather hoping that he can continue to play every areas, get vote from the north, get from the south, it's not going to work because people are fed up, So this young man, I've never seen him in such a position of anger and this determination. I've never, in all the time I've seen him, I've never seen him in this form right now. This very dark man guy, and so many others who are like there. Some of them are being hunted down now, because they said that he did something, so they declared him wanted, but he's not in the country now. But the thing is that personally, I just feel like Tinubu has done so much damage, so irreparable damage that. And the lack of concern, the total lack of empathy on the part of the people, it baffles my mind. The level of hunger in the land is mind-blowing. Everything, everything is just worst. So something has to be done. If he's not able to do the right thing, do at least do one thing, just one thing alone. Disintegrate the region, because you are not able to manage it. Nobody is able to manage it. Do at least one thing that people can say, yeah, this is the right thing you did, But to just continue to stay there and you have nothing to show for it, but just squander money, resources that could easily be used to help the poor masses. It just, the level of inhumanity, I don't know. It baffles me a great deal. But the good thing is that we continue to push for our objective, for our cause, our freedom, our independence. That is the prime priority. That is the ultimate in our mind. But at the same time, the people in all the region, they ought to know that it just can't continue. This level of barbarism and carnage going on. And the man who is there, who took the power without the consent of the people, doesn't show any concern. Once in a while, he comes out and says something just for the sake of saying something. But there's nothing behind what he says. His laws are not obeyed. He gives order or command. Nobody cares about it. It's just crazy. And some of our people, I don't know, maybe ignorantly, as usual, they will feel like our brother is there for next year. So I don't know how they intend to go about it. How are they going to be able to dislodge this hardcore criminal called Tinubu, because as usual, all the in the past years, they always say, because of our brother, let us, do this so that our brother can do it. But I don't know. But I think, like you rightly say, we have to stay focused. Whatever happens in the zoo happens in the zoo. But that is not to say that we take our eyes off it. We cannot, because again,
Never.
we are.
We can't take our eyes off it. As long as we are still there, we are still there. You can't deny that.
Exactly, 100%. Our families are there. Our kindreds, our everything is there. So we cannot take our eyes off it. Even as we pursue our goal, we must continue to see and to whatever we can bring to the solution of it. We have to continue to do that. So we thank God. This is an amazing time. It is an amazing time. They are hoping that they will outlive President Trump. But that's not going to happen. Because, like I said, thank goodness that they begin to see reasons, wind down on what is going on in the Middle East, and don't let this Islamic Sharia proponent with the Tunubu that they got here, and don't let them outlive you. Because the thing is that we are hearing now, he is talking about, that he has to restructure, Really? You came in there, you did not try to restructure. So now that the time is coming for the next election, you want to use restructuring as the boogie language of, so that is just, you are trying to play on the people's intelligence, so there's no time for that. There's absolutely no time for that. So the Secretary of War, they have to look into this whole barbarism going on in the country and deal with them decisively. If they have only one shot. If they're not interested, let them carve out their own country and create their own Islamic entity in the north. That is just a simple fact. So my brother, thank you so much. Like I just rushed in and I said, let me use the opportunity, because you just never know, to thank you for your continuous effort. Thank you, my brother. God bless.
Thank you so much, my brother. I really appreciate. Just as we have been saying, there are so many things we've been saying about awareness. We need to continue to create awareness, because there are certain things that is happening that when you look at it and you say certain things, people will not understand. But that will not make us to stop saying what we have to say. We have to continue to make our contributions at all the time. Continue to say the things, whether the people like it or not, whether they accept it or not, the truth will always be spoken. The truth will always be spoken. And one thing I want you to go with in this very platform today is focusing on the reality. Focusing on the reality. The reality of the fact that today, Nigerian government is still in charge of our territory. Nigeria government is still administering our territory. That is the reality. So if you continue to deny that reality, you are only deceiving yourself. The reality that we must have to continue to mount pressure. That is the reality. We must continue to put pressure on Nigerian government to do the right thing, and the international community to also do the right thing. These are things that are reality that you can never deny. No matter how you continue to pretend about these issues, no matter how you try to run away from them, they are reality that is staring at you. The reality that it's only through pressure, that things can change. You don't beg your way out of freedom. You don't beg for somebody to give you freedom, and nobody's going to serve freedom to you. You need to tighten up your belt and fight the best way you can. Continue to add your voice. Some time ago, when we were here, we talked about the report that Mike Arnold brought and said that enough is not being done, that we are not visible. Yesterday, I saw him in some program that some people held. He was still there saying the same thing. But instead of some of our people picking that correction to increase and intensify with what they're doing, they will choose the other part of attacking or discrediting him. This is somebody who is trying to make an impact, telling you exactly where the problem lies. All you need to do is to go back Go back and make your corrections and think of where that problem is and begin to make amends. But instead of accept, even while he was there making that correction, you see people still insisting on what is not obtainable. That is why I tell people focusing on reality of the day. You see that people, you don't expect people to think the way you think.
Yeah.
Today, Biafra agitation has left. He have left all this Chihuahua talk and all these mediocres. No, it have entered into the hand of professionals. And when they talk like professionals, not based on your. It's not about pity. Nobody's going to pity you.
Yeah.
It's not about pity. Oh, they are killing us. Oh, they're doing so. You are shouting online. That is not enough. Our case must be presented officially to where it needs to be presented. And I remember Simon Ekpa made the same statement that after getting a lobby, this lobbyist that later left now, that were sacked, when he got that lobby, when the lobbyists made the first step to go, and he made the first one, they told them that nobody, no single soul have officially brought the case of Biafra before the United States.
Raju, sorry. I touched something mistakenly, so I went offline, right? You understand me? Yes, I'm so sorry about that. So, but yeah, I saw that yesterday. I saw Mike Arnold on a program, right? So, yeah. But I didn't stay long because, first of all, there was no link to come in. So it's like a selected people, kind of. So there was no link. I wanted to come in. And I tried to come in one time to when he was on Okocha's program also, Marcel Okocha. There was also no link to come in. I always have one question in mind, just one question. But I think one of these days I might have the opportunity to just say it. But anyway, just carry on, because the thing is that I saw that program yesterday. I couldn't come in and I didn't stay much to listen to stuff they have to. A lot of things they said. I suppose they said a lot. I did not stay long to listen. But whatever it is a good thing. Let nobody castigate or come against anybody. Whatever anybody can do, must continue to do it. You know, every noise we make is a plus, not a minus. You know.
It's a plus.
So
the problem is that so many of us do misunderstand information when they come. Just like there's nothing different that Mike Arnold said there from what you have been saying all this while. The same information that you and I know is what he just said. And where he focused mainly is on us uniting ourselves, that we should stop washing our dating lanes outside.
Exactly.
He said it over and over. And the thing that touched me, that really, really touched me, was that even while he was saying it, people were still there, pushing that same dating lanes outside, trying to wash the same thing. Even when he has said it in black and white.
On the comment section, you mean?
Not on the comment section of the program.
Okay.
I don't know the level, how we understand things. I don't know our level of understanding. There are certain things that we don't need to do. There are certain things that we don't need to do. There are certain things, if we genuinely, because I used to ask people, if you want people to recognize you, what do you want them to see and recognize? There is something somebody will see in you before he begins to recognize you.
Yeah.
Some people hated us in this platform because we talk about unity. When you talk about unity of purpose, they don't want to mingle with anybody. They just want to be superior. They just want that superiority. And things doesn't work that way. And that Mike Arnold still explained the same thing yesterday. He talked so much about the issue of this bickering among us and this washing of dinner and claiming this and that. And he made it clear that our information is not anywhere close where it's supposed to be in the United States.
Yeah, said it in the past too, huh? Mm-hmm.
Yes, the same thing he said in the past. He repeated it yesterday. That in case of Biafra is not anywhere near. That it's better we organize ourselves, push our message as one. For it to be hard. And attach ourselves to, if possible, attach ourselves to what is going on now. At the end of the day, we can split and have our things.
I think so too. Because, because quite frankly, you can see from what he is saying, he has said it some years back, maybe a year ago, thereabout, you know, that obviously our impact is not felt at the corridors of power.
It is not.
in Washington. So therefore, there's no gainsaying that USB or BRG or whatever, everything is online. We are all just, in a way, we are making the same noise, pushing the same message, so to speak, but we are not really pushing through. So let us not deceive ourselves, believing that any one individual is even that. No. We are all just at the periphery, So, but if you see that suggestion, that if possible attached to whatever it is that either my canon, either whatever organization is, so that from there, when it gets to a certain place, you can now pull up with your own direction, your own agenda. Because so far, again, this is the thing that so far, like a year or more now, we've not been able to break through in Washington, right?
Yes.
We've not. And he said it, and I believe him. I believe my Kanu when he said it.
100%. It is the truth. It is the truth.
So everything they are showing you online, on YouTube, on video, when they congregate on week or Saturday for what they call it, fundraising, or there's a name they call it, this whatever fundraising, whatever. Yeah, but the point is that we are not there yet. Absolutely nobody. The two people who would have been able to force through. Nnamdi Kanu is known globally, right? And he has he has what it takes, And Simon Ekpa is another one, because for him, he was ready to really rock the boat. He was out to do what it takes, So I understand that some, maybe they are scared. Some people who are in charge now, maybe some of them, they are not. I don't know. I won't label it. I don't know if they are genuine or not genuine, but maybe there is fear or whatever. But the truth remains, that is that we are not right in there where the power is and making our case. So we have to get that right on our head to know, that we are not there yet. So, and that is why also there is no point for you trying to beat down someone else, because it's not like you have the. It's not like you have the result. It's not like you have what it takes. It's not like you are the one, who is going to. Yeah, so everybody is just doing his or her best in their own little way. So stop antagonizing somebody. I don't like that. When Vam deviate and goes to attacking, or those people are attacking. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Absolutely don't like it. It doesn't add one thing at all. It doesn't add anything. It doesn't bring any development at all. So I hate it when I see that. So let's just continue doing whatever you are doing, and in the fullness of time, we know that things will always change. It can never remain the same. And we're moving. No matter how little, no matter how difficult it is to see, but things are moving. And the thing is that we are very resolved. Biafrans they have that resolve, completely unequivocal. It's very clear in our mind who we are, what we want. Make no mistake. It doesn't matter where you are, whether in the zoo, you are diaspora, whatever. We know who we are and we know what we want. So that is very clear. So meaning that with time, something is going to happen. One of these our guys will come out and lead the pack while we continue to hold sway on their behalf, but stop attacking one another. That's just my own point, And Mike Kanu has noticed it, that there's this bickering among the people, and it's not good,
He spoke about it yesterday. He said it is not healthy. It doesn't show seriousness. It doesn't show. It doesn't show that we are even ready.
Yeah.
You see, just like he said, we should focus on what is happening now. Attach ourselves. By then, we can be able to break through. That is why you see. Can you imagine Mazen Nnamdi Kanu relating with him through his lawyers, and he's still telling us that we have not made enough impact? That should be a lesson to every one of us that are in this struggle. That know that there is a thing that we're supposed to do that is not yet done.
Exactly.
There's an empty gap that needs to be filled. And Mazen Nnamdi Kanu acknowledged that and reached out to him.
Yeah.
Mazen Nnamdi Kanu would have said, he would have said that with all the noise I make, I have a lobby. I do this now. Why would I go and begin to talk with Arnold?
Yeah.
Why would Arnold now come and tell me that Biafra, nobody knows about the show, Biafra in Washington? Why I have gotten a lobby? I have done this, I've done that. But he didn't say such. he still went ahead. Now he's keen under that recent genocide.
Yeah.
To issue a Sokoto declaration that is coming. And that togetherness now he's coming with Arnold. Arnold being a very strong voice in the United States. It's another way to push through.
Yeah.
Push through our own case and let it go through. And you know, when you talk about this thing, you see some people will begin to see it's an attack. People will be interpreting. And instead of them to pick that lesson, they will even as at that yesterday, while he was talking, you see some people still came back on that. I saw some people who came online to attack him and say he's a one Nigeria. That Arnold is a one Nigerianist. He's pushing Nigeria agenda.
That's not true. That is not true.
You can imagine in that program, somebody said it yesterday.
That is not true.
And
because
the people who are hosting the program kept quiet. And you can't say that in a program where I'm hosting and I'll keep quiet.
Yeah. Anybody.
I will not allow you to come on my program and talk down on Mike that he's pushing Nigeria program. That they should go to his platform and see what he has posted about Nigeria. That he's Nigeria. And the only reason why this person is saying this is because he felt that Arnold did not attach himself to where he belongs.
I know. Yeah, that's what they do.
Nonsense. You see, and that is the major problem. That is why you see all this kind of nonsense we are seeing everywhere.
But
if it is not from you, if it is not the person you like that is speaking, saying things the way you want it to be said, you condemn it, you attack it, you call him different. This is I don't know, my brother.
Anybody who is attacking Arnold is a completely misplaced individual, because first of all, if he was going to work with the zoo or for the zoo, it would have been easy and he would have made so much money out of it. That is one. That is one. And two, he's a guy who has demonstrated that he has shown the side, that he belongs, because the caliphate system is something that he upholds. Completely cannot stand the Sokoto, the caliphate Sharia movement. Is completely that you cannot tell me anything other than that. He can't stand it, and he is ready to fight it by every means possible. Now, he's not a Biafran, but the most important thing is that he's fighting the same thing that is fighting us, because that is what it's all about, Exactly. So your enemy becomes my enemy, so that at the end, you can now find your way. This is what it's all about. He's not going to become a Biafran, no, but if we can destroy that mountain that stands in our way, then everybody can be able to find their way. Bro, do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
Yeah, so that is what it's all about. That is exactly, and like I said, thank goodness that they are ramping up now this fiasco that took place in the Middle East, So now they can begin to focus or refocus on bringing objectivity to the agenda they've set out, It was last year, I think, when they gave this condition about the operation of Sharia law in the country, and this and that, and the Fulani herdsmen. It's a number of points that was enumerated, if you remember. So, but there's been a distraction, but it seems like we're coming back now. So, because from what I'm seeing now, I'm hearing, we're coming back to it slowly but surely, so that they can ramp it up, let them do something, you have to remove this religious law in the secular system. You have to do that. There's no way you can, so if you remember, Rashid, there was a time this thing was hitting up, right? You remember?
Yes.
Yeah, but suddenly it just went cold, just like that, But now that Trump has looked at the Secretary of War again, Pete Hegseth, and asked him, my friend, this is what you have to do. Go and do this. So he has given him the mandate, and the man came out. Pete Hegseth came out to pronounce it that he has been given the mandate to sort out the Islamic slaughter of Christians in Nigeria. So this is another, should I say, the second phase now will be entering. So I pray that everything continue down this trajectory, and we see everything how it plays out. So whatever, there may not be election, maybe there will be, I don't know, we'll see what happens. Maybe the best thing will be people come together and decide. Mike Kanu has also said it. Let the people decide what they want. If it's referendum, let them give the
election. Let there be a referendum. That election might turn to a referendum.
Yeah, let them give the various region the opportunity to have a referendum. It's not going to be a uniformed or unified. No. Every region conduct theirs. Those who want to remain can remain. Those who want to leave will leave. So if it's remaining on the one region or two region, whatever they want to call themselves, so be it. So that is the point, my brother. Audio. Thank you so much, Brachus.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother. Thank you. I appreciate you for that amazing input. And we are going to be closing it up here so that I can handle some other issues and come back later if I can.
Yeah.
I appreciate everybody that have joined us. Everybody have supported, those who have shared, those who are watching now, and the people that are going to watch later. I appreciate every one of you. Stay strong. The battle is still there, and the battle is not lost. We will definitely win. My beloved brother, give us your closing word and let us round it up.
Okay, Brachus. Thank you so much for the effort, and we'll continue, definitely. So, Biafrans, let's continue to put in the work. We must have to continue, So, as the deadline is coming, we have to continue to get prepared and be mindful and be watchful, whichever way the enemy comes, so that we tackle them. So when I go online, sometimes I feel I'm impressed. The effort of our people from different angles, different areas, in whatever capacity people are putting in their base. That is what it takes, Continue to speak up. We must continue to speak up. So we thank God for that. And I wanted to say something briefly, but I think I think that we are coming there. It's a gradual process, but we are coming there. We are coming there. Whatever it is that is making people who are in position to speak the truth and they are being withheld, it will be broken at some point because Nnamdi Kanu cannot continue to be ignored by the world community. They simply cannot. They know about him. They know he's there, and they know that he's there not because he's a guilty person. No, not because he has done anything wrong. No. So they all know, and they must have to. Even though we don't have people, who is able to speak up, like go into the realm of power and talk to the power that be, but they are aware of it. So a day is coming. A day is coming. We must continue to do what we do. And part of the question I said that any day I'm opportune to meet Mike Arnold, I will put it to him and hear what he will tell me. So, but my brother Chus, thank you so much, and more grace to your able. God bless you, my brother. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you once again for your powerful and wonderful input. May Chukwu guide and protect you. I also pray for everyone that have joined on this program for almost 3 hours that we've been here. I pray that Chukwu guide and protect all of you. And as we prepare for our coming Heroes Day celebration on the 30th May, we have about 2 days to go. Try as much as possible to be careful. Don't allow yourself to be used as a blackmail against the Biafran struggle, because if they take your life to blackmail Biafra, you just died in vain. Biafra will still come. It will not stop the coming of Biafra. So stay safe wherever you are in Biafra land. Get everything you need on the 30th so that you can be with your family. Pray for our leaders. Pray for the departed soul. Very, very important. The Liberation Army have sent out their own message also, encouraging people to stay at home and also participate in the Remembrance Day that is coming. And we pray for our Supreme Leader Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, that Chukwu will continue to guide him and protect him, secure him. We pray for Mazin Simon Ekpa, that Chukwu will guide and protect him, secure him, and keep him safe, and make sure that he gets his freedom as soon as possible, as his appeal is coming up on the 8th. The appeal is coming up on the 5th of August. The appeal of our Prime Minister will last from 5th of August to 21st of August. And remember, we are having a protest in Finland. Biafrans are advised to come up for the protest. It's going to start on the 4th, from the 4th to 7th. So Biafrans are encouraged to come to Finland. Even our Prime Minister himself made that appeal to Biafrans to come to Finland in solidarity in that his case. So everyone that want to come to Finland, get your ticket now. Be in Finland before 4th. The protest we hold 4th, 5th, 6th, and the 7th. But the case will be from 5th to 21st. And everything is being put in place. Biafrans are trying their best on different angles. Those who are supporting, if you have not supported the international lawyer, try as much as possible to support the international lawyer financially to make sure that Mazi Simon Ekpa is represented appropriately in this coming court. In the past event, we know that Finland prosecutor refused to admit evidence that was presented by Mazi Simon Ekpa. They did not admit any, not even one. They did not, and there was no genuine reason given. So it is sad. That was an abuse of his rights. And they were able to get away with that because there was no international interference or international monitoring or international eye that was watching what was happening. So that is why it is essential that this time we have an international lawyer, not necessarily defending him inside the court, but an international lawyer that can be able to reach out to the Foreign Affairs Minister of Finland, which this lawyer that was consulted have already done and written a letter, and is going to consult to the European Union and United Nations. Then in consultation with the United States of America, to let them know what is going on in Finland on the case of Mazi Simon Ekpa. Because there's no way you can convict a man without admitting his own evidence against the government. It is unacceptable. And we will not allow that to continue. So wherever you are watching from, please try as much as possible to support that move. It is a wonderful move to make sure that our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa is adequately represented in the coming case that is coming. If you cannot support financially, support morally. If you cannot support morally, support prayerfully. But don't condemn it. Do not condemn anything any group is doing to see that our Prime Minister is properly represented. You don't have to fight it. That it is not your group that is doing it does not mean that it is bad. Don't condemn it simply because it is not your group that is doing it. Whichever group you are that, just be serious and do things that will progress the coming of Biafra. That is the most important thing. It is not about which group or who is pushing it or who is not pushing it. It is about making things happen, changing things, making things, let people get busy. Enough of the attack and bickering, enough of these claims of being whom you are not. We should focus on what matters, the restoration of Biafra and the unity of purpose. Very important. And I pray that Chukwu Kabiam will continue to guide, protect, and direct us and teach us the path that we shall go. Thank you for listening this morning, wherever, afternoon, evening, wherever you are listening from. Share this broadcast if you have not done so. Leave your thought on the comment section and continue to keep the hope alive. Biafra will always remain a conversation the world cannot ignore. Thank you and stay safe. See you again in the evening. Goodbye.
The very oldest language on the face of this very earth. Chiko kikabia mapuni nyani ne chineke no gende sone fewe na isiala nina ina kosa hanso ya mbuni onanye na jama we kana nzozi zali anyana ge farusi obona nege ole kali nyani ne kale kama ne kale obia mnendi nden so na kriya na isiala ni obadi ndu no totoa yaba no wanine and you were not young. Be connected with make a difference with your source and and we're not going
But you know what? would like you to believe that someone is the cause of it. No. I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking you out, which is not possible. I have come. Look with you. After I am done with Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. Biafra will know the importance of freedom and what I'm going to do in 5 years to come. Thank you.